Hello, this is episode 7 of the Signal Breach devlog, and today I wanted to go over some of the reviews we got from the playtest. So, overall, it was a success. Players were able to play the game, and they were actually quite satisfied with how it was able to play. But there were a couple issues that rose up. So, notably, our tutorial wasn't very clear prior to this devlog episode. You might have noticed that there was a big white square floating on the starting platform. That was supposed to be the tutorial. And I don't think a lot of people realized that you were supposed to actually walk up to it and interact with it, even with the press E to interact prompt. So obviously what I did was I decided to make it so that there's a big exclamation point hovering over it to make it a little more apparent. And another thing that I did was that the game did not pause when you try to interact with the title with the dialog box. So now it does that. And then a couple more things we need to do is that elevation didn't really feel like it mattered all that much. So we need to figure out a way to restructure the map to make it more elevated in some places so that elevation can either be a tactical advantage or disadvantage. The upgrades need to be balanced. Some players were able to max out the range up to the point where it just covered the entire screen and they just couldn't get attacked. The turrets also need to have their... And then some goals going forward are that the turrets need to have their upgrade system implemented similar to how the player has it. We need some more sophisticated upgrades for the player. We also need to balance and probably just put limits on what upgrades the player can have. And we need more unique enemies to add interesting obstacles to the game. Because just having enemies run at you that are faster and have less health isn't very good for gameplay variety. On top of that, enemies don't scale well. So once you get a few upgrades, they just automatically become obsolete. So that will be a goal that we will try to fix in the next episode of the devlog. All right, cool. Thank you for tuning in. I'll catch you next time.